right, so we're going to get started. What we're going to do is I'm going to give an update real quick. I think everybody knows by now the 16-ounce beer fiasco that's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a rundown of the dates of what happened. So we're going to start back, let me see, on the 25th, Thursday the 25th, we had our first meeting with City Council. Well, not City Council, excuse me. Should have been with City Council if they were doing their job correctly at the city, not overstepping their bounds. But the fact is we went to the city executive staff. There was two of them. The one who actually made his idea and his decision to stop Kumar from selling the 16-ounce beer. And then the other one that is upholding the bad decision to not be able to sell the 16-ounce beer. So we met with those two folks. And basically, the gist that I got out of it was they wanted to kick the can down the road. Boom. And what they wanted to do is they said, well, we'll email you or we'll give you a phone call. Well, Kumar's been waiting for a year for that email or phone call that never came. So we told him, you know what? No, that's not going to happen, guys. Why don't you make a decision now? You're going to get a black eye out of this. You know what? You overstepped your bounds. You went and made a decision. Overstepped your bounds. We're being a tyrant. We're being a bully. And just reverse it. You made the decision. Be a man. Say, you know what? I overstepped my bounds. I realize that. We'll reverse it. If Kumar wants to go back to ABC, great. He can do that, and if they approve it, we're not going to stand in the way. Well, they said, okay, 2 weeks, we'll give you a decision. 2 weeks is unacceptable, folks. Sorry. So we gave them a week, which I still think was unacceptable, but a week. So a week went by, and so I had to go back to City Hall and met with Arnaldo, the new community development director. He's in charge now, so he can reverse this thing. He said, sorry, we're not going to do that. And I got the letter here, so let me, just the portion of the letter here is, at this time, the city staff does not favor supporting any modification to the existing ABC conditions given. Well, the ABC conditions were given for the sole purpose that the city made the decision to stop Kumar from doing this and sent that letter to ABC. Very simple. All they got to do is say, you know what? We messed up. We're done. Go ahead. Go back to ABC. If they allow it, we'll allow it. But instead, and this is what should get everybody really upset about this, the fact that they're overstepping their bounds and taking Kumar's rights away, it could be you next, it could be you next, it could be you next. Very simply, for whatever reason they see fit. It's wrong. That isn't how we are based in this country, and it's time to put a bully in his spot. So, with that, they said, no, we're not going to do that. You can go before City Council, and we'll research it, and we'll give Council our best opinion. So they're going to waste your taxpayer money to decide that Kumar may or may not be able to sell a 16-ounce beer. So now they're getting everybody involved. We're going to spend that tax money. They're going to waste my time. They're going to waste City Council time. They're going to waste Kumar's time. Okay, where does this stop? Why are we allowing this to happen? Is what I want to know. Because they're overstepping their bounds. And then they're going to say, well, we're going to go ahead and waste your tax money to maybe prove ourselves right. Well, that's wrong. And it's time it stops. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and push and continue to push. And if we have to go before City Council, we will. And I've heard City Council say now, it's been come to the grapevine, so I haven't talked to him personally, but they said, why didn't Kumar come to us? Well, the fact is he shouldn't have to. It should have never been put into place in the first place. So now I want to know, City Council, you know about it. What are you going to do about it? Do we have to come to you? Or are you going to come see Kumar and do what's right? So let's see where they come from now. That'll be kind of interesting to see the people that we've elected on how they're going to handle this right now. So the money and time spent, now the pushback. We're not going to stop. We're not going to tire. We're not going to waver. We're going to continue to push on this issue and lean on this issue. Because like I say, it's not about a 16-ounce beer fiasco. It's about our God-given rights that they're trampling whenever 1,600 feet away, those guys can sell it, the other store. Another store can sell it. Another store can sell it. I'm sorry, folks, but that's an issue whenever they'll say, it's my good idea and my decision, and I'm going to put my thumb on Kumar. If that isn't a tyrant, I don't know what is. It's time it stopped. So, we're going to continue to push. Now I'm going to give you a little update. I am running for city council. I do need your guys' support. Very much so. We're in a battle. Make no doubt about it. It's just a good old-fashioned brawl. I want your support. I need your support. I'm going to give you a little inside information. I'm not going to say which candidate. I'm not one to name names, but I'm going to tell you something. You have a city councilman candidate that's running for office that finds out what coffee the directors like, and then goes and meets with those directors and brings them their favorite coffee. Is that who you want in city council? No. Or do you want a guy that's going to stand up for you and your rights rather than being their buddy? I'm sorry, they're not my buddy. They're not my friend. I respect them. I understand they have a job to do. But by gosh, somebody's got to hold them accountable. So that's what we're looking to do, is just hold City Hall accountable to the people, not the people accountable to City Hall. Because right now that's what's happening. Kumar is being held accountable by City Hall, not the other way around. Trust me, it's going to stop. I get elected, and that's all going to change. I'm going to stand between you folks that put me into that office and do your will and push back on City Hall. And I will stand between you and them. They're not going to overreach and push on us. We're going to push on them. Again, I really need your guys' support. And if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer it. Yes?
Have they given you a reason on why these other stores within 2-block radius or 3-block radius, how come they can do it, Kumar cannot?
Their answer is because they were like grandfathered in. So they say that they were doing it before Kumar, and that he accepted a letter saying that he couldn't do it a while back, and whenever he went to put it back in, that their decision is that they want to try and stop that.
He's been here for 16 years.
Well, why aren't they stopping the other, if they're not going to allow him, why don't they stop them also?
And that was the question we asked. Because right here, some of my questions this morning to Darren Gale whenever he came on the radio show was, there's no city ordinance. There's no city code amended. You have no right. You have no leg to stand on. If you want to do this, you need to come to you people here in this parking lot and around the city and say, you know what? We want to put this city ordinance in place. If you say, okay, we like that idea, we'll go ahead and vote on that city ordinance. We think the city council should do it. City council votes on it, passes a law that gets amended to city code, and then nobody can do it. But right now, that's not happening. Right now, what's happening is they're saying, we made this decision, we're going to stand by it, and only Kumar is going to be punished by it.
So
Literally.
It's discrimination.
Yes. And it's a bully. It's absolutely a bully. So, there you have it.
Other gentleman, I have a question.
Yes.
What's the name of these two city councilmen?
They're city executive staff.
What's their name?
One is Darren Gale,
Okay.
and the other is Arnaldo Rodriguez. So,
Are they from Yuba City or in this area?
yeah, they're not necessarily from Yuba City. I don't know where they're from, but I know they live here now because they do work for the city. And
Darren lives in the county.
Darren lives in the county. So that's kind of interesting that he lives in the county and is restricting people in the city. But that's the way it goes. So that's who it is. And right now, Darren Gale is no longer the community development director. So it's Arnaldo Rodriguez. He is the community development director. He's the only one I met with yesterday, and he is the one standing by this.
He's from Fresno.
And right now, he could overturn this. He very well could write a letter today and say, you know what? You're right. If we want to do this, we need to go through the right channels and pass the right ordinance and then go ahead and stop everybody from doing it. But instead, as a bully does, they'll pick on one person.
Well, do you think it'd be reasonable to write them letters or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely write them a letter. That would be great. And I mean, also go down and just ask to speak with them and let them know, you know what, why are you doing this to one person? Why are you doing this to somebody in my neighborhood? I mean, that would be awesome. To go down and just ask them a question, why are you doing this to my neighborhood market? And I think Kumar would appreciate it too. We need to come to an answer why, other than, well, I thought it was a good idea. And it's my decision, so you're going to live with it. No, 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 no. That isn't the way this is going to be played out. Any other questions? Yep.
Isn't Darren Gill the economic services director or something?
Yes, but at the time he made this decision, he was not. He was the acting acting community development director at the time that this decision came down. He is no longer does that. Now he's the economic development director. But he's still the executive staff, and he stands behind it. So what I was told yesterday is Arnaldo is not a big enough person to overturn somebody else's bad call. He's going to stand behind their bad call. Honestly, folks, I make bad decisions. I make mistakes every once in a while. But you know what the difference is between me and them? Is I'll own up to it. I'll tell you straight up, man to man, I made a mistake. And I've learned from it, and I won't make it again. I'm sorry I overstepped my bounds. But you know what? These guys can't even do that.
Do they even sound when you speak with them as they have any compassion for Kumar or concerned that this is going on with the other people and Kumar's being singled out? Or is it just, hey, that's the way it's written and that's what we're going to live with it?
Not at all. No compassion. No, we made a mistake. Nothing to that effect. It's just straight, we made a decision and you're going to live with it. Well, I got a problem with that. And everybody here should have a problem with that. I made a decision and you're going to live with it. That's absolutely wrong. So we will be pushing forward. We are going to go to city council. We'll sit down. I'll start making appointments with city council members that are in the seats right now and talking with them this week and see if we can't get it on the next bill, the next agenda, and see where they stand on it. And the neat thing is, ask the guys who are running for office right now where they stand. Not so much on this issue, but about your rights. That's what we're here for. I mean, it's about Kumar's rights. It's not about a beer. Everybody's got this thing, well, I hope this isn't just about a beer. It is so much not about a beer, guys. Think about it. The minute that they'll overstep these bounds and take away one man's rights, we fought a war a long time ago about this very thing, and I get a little emotional talking about it because the fact is they can't do this. They cannot, and they truly believe with conviction that they can do this, and it's okay. It's absurd. It's nuts. So we're going to fix it. So I'm kind of getting on a rant again. Is there any more questions? Because seriously, guys, I want to know what you think. I mean, I really do. And we're going to walk around with the camera here in a little bit and find out what everybody thinks. Because honestly, it's about you. It's not about me. I've never been one to turn down a fight or walk away from a bully. So it's kind of an enjoyment for me. But at the same time, guys, I need your backing. I need your help. I need your votes. But I promise you, we're not always going to see eye to eye, sir. Or you, sir. We're not always going to see eye to eye. But I can promise you, you will know where I stand. And I will stand firm where I'm at. And the nice thing about that is, you're not trying to hit a moving target. You have a pretty good idea whenever you come to me at the city council where I'm going to stand on something. And I'm going to stand on it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not infallible. And if I make a mistake, I can admit it for darn sure. So that's all we're asking them to do right now, and they can't even do that. So I'm going to ask one more time. Any more questions? I would welcome. All right, I guess not. But just please remember, it's not about a 16-ounce beer. It's about stripping one person of their rights. And we've gotta stand up for that. Because tomorrow it's not going to be Kumar. It's going to be Paul Preston in his radio show. It's going to be you, sir, that I just met today about flip-flops. It's going to be about drinking Pepsi in public. It will be about something else, and it's going to be a minuscule deal, and everybody's going to go, oh, why are you fighting that battle? Because it doesn't stop. A bully is never going to stop. They're going to find the weakest one, and they're going to pick on him. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm willing to step in between that for you folks and everybody at Yuba City. So, thank you guys.